Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Rob, and I just wanted to let you know that viewer discretion is advised. There may be things in this podcast that you don't necessarily agree with, so don't get fucking mad at us, okay? This is just the disclaimer. I don't even have to do this. I'm doing this for you because I care about you, okay? And I want you to enjoy our content, and I care. So now shut the fuck up and listen. Thank you. Jesus.
Pretty good.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I liked it.
We'll get that. We'll get that down.
Are you
What the fuck are you
you
doing?
okay?
Does your mic not pick up?
I don't. I'm looking at.
Oh.
I'm looking at the fucking at the thing, and it's not. It doesn't show it clapping. So I just
Oh, it
clapped
didn't.
another 12 times. Did you hear it?
No, we didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear it at all?
No.
That boy got that crack, man.
Did it work that time?
The initial clap.
It was like
just sitting there in silence.
Come on,
my
man.
claps.
I'm dead fucking serious.
I was fucking clapping, man.
Mine fucking
oh my god.
spiked my mic. Jesus Christ! I just had this like red gash. in
Yeah,
the middle
dude.
Of the fucking thing.
The clipping for this microphone's like so good. You can't hear shit like outside. I don't know, man. Like I could literally grab this and scream into it, and it'll sound like I'm just talking.
Just
into
not
it.
over
It's so
Discord
fucking
because it
weird.
will be very loud.
Yeah, over Discord it'll break. Yeah,
See, it's
but
weird because like I have the default Shure one, and that seems to do actually pretty good for being like a built-in mixer. Like, I'm really but it's Shure. Like you pay a shitload, but it's like, hey, you want to have fucking pea-brain understanding of audio? Here you go. And I'm like, me sound good.
yeah, it's
know,
it's
like-
fucking
Mic
it's
good.
studio level.
Like I could get the 3-prong hookup and it would probably sound even better. But like,
Yeah, the XLR
then I
cable.
need
Yeah.
yeah, I just need to do that myself. But once we move and I can actually like build a desk for all this shit.
Yeah.
I can have my nice little setup. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know, standing there, little gabagool, forget about it.
I got you for 3 minutes.
Of playtime.
Bonesaw.
You know how many people don't know he died so the rapture didn't happen?
Yeah. You all right there?
Body
Did
slam.
that hit a little different for you, Rob?
Gave him the fucking people's
So
elbow, man.
retarded. There's
People forget.
oh man. Oh well.
Never forget the Macho Man.
In the words of the Macho Man, thank you for listening to the Summer Fence Taken podcast.
Yeah. We,
will rise to the top, and I'm Macho Man Randy Savage in the
Could he-
queen at the top of that crop.
could he not make like? Could he not open his hand every time he would talk? He'd be
I
like.
thought he probably fucked his hand up. He
I don't
know,
was
he had
flying
cerebral
elbows and
palsy.
shit how many fucking times? Like all those guys were all fucked up. And he, like
Dude.
the only one that seems to get around half decent is oh my god, what's his name? He's on fucking Rogan not too long ago.
Not Ric Flair,
Oh my
right?
god, my brain. Nah, not Ric Flair. Nah,
Ric Flair still moves though.
You know what's
Yeah,
actually
he's-
funny?
he's
Speaking
hurting
of
a
Ric
little
Flair,
bit, though. You
his
can see
daughter
it.
is dating another wrestler, a luchador named Andrade. Fantastic wrestler. He just posted a video on Instagram of him suplexing Rick into a pool. And I was like,
Oh, that's cool.
that's really cool.
Now
Like,
is she still like a fucking foot taller than him?
oh, she's like 3 feet taller than him. He's short.
Holy shit.
But
God bless.
She
Hey,
got some
look at that. We
more-
wrapped the episode back to conquering the Goliath or whatever the fuck we call it.
Dude. The
Nothing wrong with the tall bitch boys.
You don't realize how huge these guys are because they're all standing next to each other all the
Yeah.
time, and they're all huge. You
Dude.
know, but like
Big
back
Show
in the
is
day,
massive.
back in the day, I remember seeing like Stone Cold fight the Big Show, and I was like, look at this little guy fight this big guy. And then like I saw Stone Cold in real life. The guy's a fucking mountain.
yeah, he's like
huge.
6'1", 6'2". He's around my height.
Dude, he's 6'2", but he's like 270
Yoked, yeah.
pounds. His fucking arms are bigger than my chest.
So back when I was a little child, just like Rob,
It took me a second.
back in the old
Like-
days, there's a racetrack by my old house that I'm not living near anymore. But they actually had, for some reason, Kane and Mick Foley were there, and that was big because that was like the late '90s. So that's when they were at the top of their game. And Mick
Right.
Foley, nicest guy. His dad was there too. He signed my Mr.
yeah.
Sacco that I had, which was fantastic.
You had your
Now,
own?
the thing that was not so cash money, Kane when he was wearing the mask, he was in character. He didn't change. He stayed in character. That was a thing I didn't understand as a kid, kayfabe and all that fun shit. So, my dad walks up, and he's like, hey, can you sign his hat or something? And Kane just goes, ugh. Like, kind of gesturing towards, like, maybe you should buy some merch or something. And, like, he's like, you're going to sign my kid's thing. And Kane stood up. I shit you not, my dad had never rushed me away from something so fucking fast. It was the best part that I remember from my childhood.
Jesus
Dude.
Christ.
He would have put him
He's
through
like
a goddamn
6'5".
table. He's
massive.
huge.
Dude, my dad took me to a Kane meetup also. I think it was in Jersey. It might have been the same one. Not
Oh,
kidding.
shit.
And I bought like one of those little Kane race cars that like the top would fold up and like you could see the body, you know, the inside. And I bought one of those, and you know, he goes, can you sign it for my kid? And he's like, because he's sitting down. So he stands up over the desk, and dude, I don't think my head has ever gone that high in my life. I literally went like this. Like my whole fucking neck like retracted. And my dad even looked all the way up, and he was like, yeah. And he like leaned over to me. He's like, give him the car. And I was like, fucking shaking my head. No, man, that guy was scary, dude. And my dad's like, have a good day, man.
Yeah, your dad's just so fucking chill with everything besides a hotel room.
Nothing phases him.
He don't care, man.
Jesus Christ. That's like Mick Foley, too. Didn't he, like,
Mick Foley's
after he
huge,
retired,
too.
he's just like, yeah, he's a big dude. But didn't he just, like, become a mall Santa or do, like, a documentary on mall Santas?
Yeah, it's actually funny because I think I'm not too sure, but I believe my English teacher helped work on that documentary.
Oh, that's cool.
So he got to meet
That's
Mick
pretty
Foley
nuts.
and everything. My
If you
English
haven't
teacher was
watched it,
actually
people, go
a
check it
film
out.
person, so he has his own production company. He hasn't been doing much just because of COVID and everything like that, but still, like, I helped out with a couple shoots that they did. Awesome. But I never got to meet Mick Foley at this current, you know, cognitive point in my life, so I could really appreciate it. But, yeah.
I don't think I ever met Mick Foley. I met Kane. I remember that, but I don't think I remember meeting anybody else. There was, oh, shit. I was just about to talk about something.
Uh-oh.
Fuck me, dude.
Well, let's let you think about
but
that.
yeah, go definitely watch that documentary, though, about the
Santas and
mall
everything.
Santa. It's very moving. There's a lot of, like, really good, like, there's just, like, a lot of them are, like, grandpas or dads that maybe, like, lost kids or, like, they had a rough childhood. So it's like, yeah, I loved, you know, hearing about Santa. So, like, I love making kids. It's like,
Just giving back
don't
to
get
the
me wrong,
community.
there are like
Yeah.
a couple creep. I'm sure that there's pedophiles running the fucking government, but like, you know, like,
Oh,
you're
I
looking,
saw
you're looking
something
too high.
today.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh my god, I saw something today. I don't want to forget my other topic though. Fuck. Okay, so I heard something today, and it was the Love is Love thing came back because it's the first day of Pride Month, boys.
It's illegal to
Or
be
it was.
straight for a month.
So, no. Love is love. So it was a picture. This is a real image.
No, I think I know what you're talking
It's a
about.
picture of like an older guy, and he's like, it's like outlines, right? So it's like you could see a
Okay.
grown man, and he's like holding the hand of like a little kid, like a little boy.
Oh,
and then
no.
on the inside, it's like a white picture of the old man as a little girl, and it says "Love is love." And I was
I
like,
saw that before.
I was
What?
like, you people
I thought-
need to be
Shot.
institutionalized. Like, do you really think that it's okay for a 40-year-old man to like a 9-year-old kid? Like,
It's
you
gotta be
think
a
like
meme.
to have
No, these people are
feelings
being
toward a
fucking serious
9-year-old
about
kid?
it.
No, and they're dead serious. It's like you can't like it's the same people that like fuck dogs. Like
Yeah, it's
you
up there.
can't do that. It's illegal.
Look,
like,
it's
do you
okay
not
to
understand?
joke about like peanut butter and the dog as a joke.
Yeah, but like
Not instructions.
love
Yes.
is love, man. Love is love. It's like, but it's not, man. Because
No.
at a point, you sit down and you look at it and you go, You know, love is love, it's fine. If a 26-year-old girl wants to date a 50-year-old man, that's fine to me. But a 40-year-old man dating a fucking 8-year-old girl, does that make sense to you? A 12-year-old girl? That doesn't make any fucking sense, man. That's illegal.
Cognitive, oh my god, words. Decisions, but you know what I mean. They can't formulate what's going on properly. It's like, why?
Like, dude, like...
Shit bothers me.
These are the people that literally chew rocks for breakfast. Like,
Yeah, right.
they literally eat shit soup in the morning. Like, there's something wrong with them. Somebody crumpled up some fucking stupid pills. Maybe they were fucking over hyperactive as a child, and their fucking parents were like, give them Ritalin. You know what I mean? Like, just give them anything. I'm not kidding. My white trash side of the family did that to my cousin Shay, and he's all fucked up. He had ADHD. He was always, like, excited.
A kid.
So they put him on some fucking drugs, like, not prescribed, just put him on some drugs, and it literally made him, like, a zombie, like, through his whole childhood. But then, as he got older, being that he was a zombie the whole fucking childhood, he never really had any social whatever. So, he has a stutter, he has tics, his hand always fucking shakes like this. He's fucking... He was literally put on fucking drugs because he was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, these are the people. Like, these people, all of them, share one mind. It's one hive mind fucking retard somewhere is controlling these people. I swear to God, there is no way that everyone collectively is this stupid. And there's people that agree with it. Anybody who puts that love is love bullshit, where a 40-year-old man's allowed to like a 9-year-old kid, every one of them should be put on a watch list.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Every single one of those people that retweeted that should be put on a watch list.
And that's like...
that's insanity, man.
Yeah, like, flat out, because, like, you have... Don't get me wrong, there's so many fucking letters with that LGBT, ABCDE, to keep adding shit.
There's not enough fucking letters.
And I feel
I'm gonna start putting numbers in.
I think I saw it associated with that. I was like, there is no fucking way someone that would even, like, consider themselves representative of that group, no one would be fucking cool with that.
And,
you know
like, I have a bunch of friends that are in that. And again, they have the same process that we're talking about right now. They're like, why would we ever accept something like that into this? No.
Yeah, because that's not what it's about, man.
It shits on your whole movement. You know
it's
what I
not
mean?
a
Like,
sexuality. It's a fucking problem.
That's not a fucking mental disorder.
Yeah, it's not a sexuality. It's a fucking felony, bro.
Yes.
Like, you're sorry you got finger blasted by your uncle. You know what I mean? Or something. But, like, whatever fucking caused it. But for the love of God, like, I'm pretty sure everyone is like, if you fuck up a kid, just hang him. Like, fuck him. You know what I mean?
I mean, dude,
guilty,
all the guys
stone them to death.
Throw them off a bridge. Yeah, throw them off a bridge. They're doing that right in the Middle East. They're stoning people.
Shame with a bell. And
they
then
brought,
if they die on the
what
way
was
to the
it?
prison, so be it.
Was it one of the Virginias, or was it North Carolina that brought back the firing squad?
Oh, God. Really?
I think
Did
it was
you hear about
Carolina.
that?
Yeah.
I think it was Carolina, yeah.
Wow.
They brought back firing squads for...
But it's choice of the executee. They can get the shot or the firing
I'll take
squad.
that 100%.
I wonder how that payroll works then, right? Because, like, you guys know how they do it, right? Like, they give everyone a bullet, and one's real, the rest are blanks, and there's no way of
Really?
knowing.
Oh, so they Russian roulette it just to kind of... Not Russian roulette,
Well,
but I know what you mean.
So they don't know who shot the killing shot, but it's more just like...
I'm pretty
this
sure
is my
you're still
job.
going to know, because
Yeah.
you smell gunpowder, you smell gunpowder.
Yeah.
Blanks use gunpowder.
Oh, do they actually?
You'll still get the flash and the bang. There's just like no actual like projectile to it.
I haven't
There's
actually
still
shot
a pop,
one
right?
of those
There's still a
before.
pop, but it's not actually like a projectile.
Tell that to Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Crow. Yeah, that was
man, that's
for
a-
people
that's a
who don't know what we're
conversation.
talking about. The movie The Crow. If you've never seen it, watch it. It's like a cult classic at this point.
Love it. The first one. Nothing
it's
else.
Brandon-
it's a
Just the
pretty good-
first one.
it's a pretty good movie.
Brandon Lee.
So he died before the movie was finished filming. Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a freak accident. I don't know how you do that, but one of the guns that was fired at him didn't have a blank in it.
And the whole thing is,
killed him.
too, with
Died on
that
set.
film, you see the exact moment where it happens. They didn't take it out of the film. So there's a scene that happens probably halfway towards the end of the movie, and he's just
Yeah.
having a conversation, and this guy has a revolver, and he does, the fake shot first, and then the next shot, and you can tell he gets hit,
There's some
he
recoil.
reacts to
Yeah.
it, you see the blood coming out behind him. That wasn't fake. So he still finished the scene, but unfortunately he did pass away due to injuries.
Yeah.
So
It's,
it sucked.
I don't know, like, I don't
Kinda
know.
nuts.
I guess we could do capital punishment real quick. So that's something I struggle with because
You mean the
I'm of the
wrestling
mindset-
pay-per-view?
shut up.
Sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
But like, I'm of the mindset I don't want to give the government the right to kill somebody
No.
because people said they did something bad. But I'm also like, you can't rehabilitate a guy that's eating babies. You know what I mean? First of all, why would you want to? Who cares? Like, that's. Don't get me wrong. The overpopulation, I think, is also completely a myth. I could go all day, but anyway, like,
once you heard what happened with the guy that shot Reagan, right? Or attempted to assassinate Reagan.
no.
So he just got out of prison. He has a
Really?
YouTube channel, and he just plays acoustic songs. Dude, it's great. All
we
the
get him
comments
on
are
here?
like, "Damn, we wish you could have shot a gun as good as you play his guitar now."
Oh my god. I wonder if we could get him on here.
Could you imagine?
That'd be
Holy
awesome.
shit!
So, what was it like to totally fail at assassinating a president?
How'd you feel in prison when at a news conference a balloon popped and he stuck his head up and went, "You missed"? Did you feel targeted? Can you
was-
not fucking aim?
I did love that video though. That was good.
Yeah, he's a fucking actor. Of course he's funny, but
Yeah.
yeah, like why? And I get it. Like, people want to study these people. Oh, what makes them tick? What fucks them up? Some people literally, it just happens. Like
It's
some people
from
have fucked
birth.
up shit happen to them. Like any of us, right? And we just channel it into something like that's healthy. That's trauma builds character. Yeah, it does. It kind of does. But
That
like
and more.
some of them, it just puts them in a hole. You know what I mean? Like, oh, his mom hit him with a hairbrush, so now he like picks up prostitutes that kind of look like his mom, and then he scalps them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot
It's
of
like,
horror
what the
movies.
fuck? I'm like, I don't want to know where that came from. I just want to know they're dead. You know what I mean? Like, get
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fuck rid of that guy.
Well,
Like,
that's the whole thing.
what the
Like,
fuck?
that.
That's the
Okay,
hard
so
part, right?
this, I think this would be the way to do it, right? Say the guy that scalps prostitutes that look like his mom, right, gets a fair trial and he gets put in jail for life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, people are always going to bitch about overpopulation. You can't put him in for life, blah, blah, blah. You should give him the option for the first 2 years. And by the end of the 2 years, he either serves out his whole sentence or he could choose to just kill himself and have them kill him.
Now, that's a whole thing that's actually starting as well. Like, I'm not saying just within the prison system, but like there's some states that are starting to do like assisted suicide in case if it's something they
Kevorkian.
really cannot do it anymore. We're not telling people to kill themselves for the love of God.
just giving
no.
him a way out. Yeah.
No.
I am. No, I'm just kidding. Kevorkian,
I might.
though, I don't think Kevorkian did anything wrong.
I don't think so
Honestly.
either.
Like, I think he's still in jail, isn't he? Or did he just get
I
out?
think so, but I think they, like Eric was saying, I think they just started like, maybe he was onto something because some of these people are in like horrible pain. And
I
they're
think
Well,
it's in
he
Hawaii
definitely
they
was onto
started
something.
it.
Like, okay, let me say my piece. Fucking Dr.
That's what we do here.
Kevorkian,
This is safe
for
space.
those who don't know, is Dr. Death. He was taking terminally ill patients that were his patients and giving them the option to die by their own hand peacefully. And he would give
Chemically.
them a plunger,
Yeah.
and the plunger was connected to a bunch of sedatives plus like a fucking poison. And it would like, boom, you'd push the plunger, you'd go to sleep, and you'd die. Like
Right.
20 minutes later. Right? Now, this was only for terminally ill people. Stage 4 fucking cancer, immense fucking, like, brain damage, stuff like that. People that just didn't want to continue their lives.
I didn't read into
Because
this.
they
I
were
actually
gonna
don't know
die.
much about it.
They were going to die painfully
Yeah.
anyway.
And
So
like,
it was
we're
like...
dying, like
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
they're living in pain.
Yeah, like every day, like to stand up, it literally kills them. Like it drains them of all their energy. So he came in like a fucking, I thought, like a guardian angel. Like, hey, man, you're going to die anyway. We can't help you, but I could give you a quick death and you won't feel anything. And he would give them a plunger, let them push it down, and they'd die, right?
I think he helped the family set up affairs, too. Which
he did. He would go to houses.
They tried to, like, say he was, like, convincing these people to die to, like, pass their money on or something. Like, there were so many things thrown at him.
Yeah, but
he was like, if you have your shit in order, I will do this for you.
Yeah. He was just honestly trying to help people who were dying of terminal fucking illnesses. And they put him in jail for, like, what was it, 43 assisted suicides or something like that?
Yeah.
And, you know, like, he got, like, 40 years or some shit like that. And he was old when he went in.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think he should have gotten hit with all that. I personally think that he was helping people. And
but do you know why he did? Why he got hit with that? Because pharmaceutical companies lost customers.
Absolutely.
That is 100%.
I can believe that.
No, that's
150.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's who started the whole fucking thing.
Look at anything going on now, right? Anything, right? Any holistic thing, oh, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo shit. Then 20, 30 years later, it's like, oh, it turns out being out in the sun is actually better for you than anything else. You know, like, oh, stay inside. Don't get burned. You'll get skin cancer. Sunscreen's causing skin cancer studies start coming out. Well, maybe you should go back outside. It's like, oh, the American diet with all the seed oils and sugar is killing people, and diabetes and obesity are through the roof.
Dude, the
okay,
pharmaceutical
maybe just
company,
use animal and red meat. Like, don't, for the love of God, do not eat that Beyond Meat shit. That is
the pharmaceutical
horrible.
companies are worse than anyone on the planet. They will not help you.
Companies and banks run this country, my friend.
They will not help you unless
you're dying.
They can make a profit off of it. And if the help isn't even real help. It's just
temporary
pain
treatment,
relief.
Not a cure.
Exactly. But that's the whole thing. You make money in treatments. Like here, we're talking about people fucking shit up. There was a guy who made a car, no bullshit, made a car that could run
on water.
On water.
Mm-hmm. I remember this.
That was it. He patented it and everything. He went out to a dinner with the head of GM and all this other shit, like big names, like really big names, and they wanted to buy his patent. Yeah, but GM wanted to buy his patent, right? Because if General Motors buys the patent, they're gonna scrap it. Mm-hmm. They'll just buy the patent. Nobody could ever fucking make it because it would be illegal. So he brought it. He went there for dinner. They tried to buy him out, and he was like, "I'm not gonna get bought out, man." He had the dinner. He walked out into the street and literally started grabbing at his fucking throat and fell down to his knees and said, like, they poisoned me, and then he died.
Yep.
And this is like a known story. Like, everybody knows this. But nobody ever got arrested, nothing. They were just like, wow.
No media time, no nothing.
Yeah, the guy from GM went outside and said, oh my God, he started choking. He started hallucinating and must have been on drugs. Yeah. It's like, oh yes, this inventor that was going to change the fucking world. It must have been on drugs, man. Like, are you fucking nuts? Like, all it is he was going to fuck up General Motors' money.
Everyone, yeah.
So that would have thrown a wrench in everything. Like, we would be driving water-powered cars probably right now if they didn't fucking kill that guy. He should have known not to go to fucking dinner with them, bro.
Yeah.
He should have known. Like, that's the whole thing, bro. Just don't trust anybody.
No,
honestly,
not
just don't trust anybody. Trust yourself and maybe your wife.
Maybe. I don't recommend it.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, your wife is the one that talks about all these serial killers, so I think you have the most to worry about.
Yeah, I'm kind of terrified, honestly.
There's no upper body strength. She can never bring herself to do it. I'd kill her before she'd kill me. We've had this
At least
for anybody who doesn't know, Ben said on Facebook, I forgot it was something the other day.
Oh yeah.
And,
yeah.
And his wife was like, you do realize
you got to make sure your girlfriend's cool with your wife.
Yeah. And she was like, you do realize I run a serial killer podcast, and started talking about all these ways and he's like,
you literally just admitted to first degree.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm actually gonna kill you. And that night I was laying in bed and I was like, well, what's gonna happen to my podcast when Ben dies? You know,
my bottom line impact.
How's it gonna affect me?
Sounds
Oh
like
wait,
I'm
so
carrying this.
my fucking topic that I wanted to bring up. Okay, so I
Okay.
just watched Diary of the Dead again last night. One of my favorite movies of all time.
I
It's a
still
Romero
haven't
movie.
watched that one.
Never heard.
Please watch it. It's a George Romero movie.
Oh, I know,
and
but I heard it wasn't
it's
good.
so. You heard it wasn't good?
Yeah.
No, I loved it. It's like corny. That's why I like it. You know,
But he's
it
good
has
at
a,
that.
He is
real
good at that.
He's
shit.
very ham-fisted a lot, where it's just like,
But
Yeah.
that's
I'm
great.
gonna make it. Yeah, I agree. Like, look, I was having a conversation with Lauren the other day about, I think it was, Land of the Dead, where like I was so
Yeah.
excited to see it in theaters. I went and saw it, and I was like, that was weird. That seemed different than all his other movies. And then like years later, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely, he kind of went a lot of ham on that one.
Yeah. Well, but that's the whole thing. Like Diary of the Dead's old, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think it's like 2003 or something like, or 2006, something like that.
It's somewhere in there.
But it's just kind of cool. Like the plot line's cool. It's like a bunch of fucking college students. Eric would relate to this. It's a college film class making a horror movie, and the apocalypse breaks out, like in the middle of it. So they're watching the news and all this stuff, and one guy like leaves and he goes back to his mansion with some chick. And then the other guy's like, oh, I gotta go find my girlfriend. And the movie is just like this group of like 4 or 5 people going through like the zombie apocalypse. And it's really fucking cool. But it made me think of a topic. How long do you guys think that you would survive in the apocalypse? Zombie apocalypse.
It's, you know what? I'll bring up a second question. Oh, more of a, I guess, a stipulation to that. It really depends on what kind of infection
Zombie
is
yeah.
going on. It really, because there's so many different things. You have slow.
Okay,
you have
it's
like,
not.
wait, did you ever see the movie called Carriers?
That rings a bell.
No.
So it was a movie that had Iceman from X-Men. He was in it, and it
Oh,
was
okay.
it was an infection. But the whole thing it wasn't exactly zombies. But if you caught it, it was extremely contagious. You would just slowly degrade and just die. That's it. So no zombies or anything. So like, there was parts
melt
where
them.
like someone got scratched or like they got a little bit of the goo on them, and then all of a sudden they just died. So, but if we're talking run-of-the-mill zombies, since you brought up George Romero, which is he's very
We're
traditional
talking
rules.
Slow zombies. I'm I'm talking like Walking Dead. Slow zombies. I'm not talking the T virus. Fucking, we're full sprinting.
Okay.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, that's a fuck no.
Yeah.
T virus and G virus. I'm
not
I hope
talking-
I get
yeah.
the G
If it's
virus.
G virus,
I'm not talking.
running.
I'm not talking T virus. I'm not talking 28 days later where
Oh,
they're
dear
full
God.
fucking sprinting. Like that terrifies me, bro.
Yeah,
If that
fuck
ever
that.
happened,
I
I'd
would not
last.
survive.
I'd last an hour. I'm talking dead, come to life. They're all fucked up, slow motion, no virus, just like old-fashioned zombies.
Okay.
How long would you last? Do you think?
I
You could bring
would
2 friends,
say-
3 friends.
3 friends. I'd probably
friends.
have Ben with me.
That's a good call.
Rob, if we could make it to you, we'd try and go up to you.
Okay.
And if
Respect.
Lauren was still alive, I would probably have Lauren with me.
If
Yeah.
And I'd hope she would still be there.
Yeah.
But
Allegedly.
honestly, for me, if I was to kind of like gauge on how long I would survive, again, it depends on where I'm at when it starts. If all right, so if I'm at home,
You're at home.
I'm at home. I have my guns now. So like
Right.
I have weapons.
Right.
Unfortunately one of them is 22 and there's ammo, but you know that shit ain't going to do much. That's like pepper. I'd probably give it like I don't know, a couple months, maybe not even that.
Yeah.
It all depends on the situation. If it's like an EMP where there's no fucking power, if just like everything completely
could do
shuts
without
down.
power.
But what if it turned
Think
into
that-
like a situation where it's just like we still have power, everything's going to normal, and it's almost like the government is ignoring it and not saying it's happening. So like
like Raccoon City,
just
type
like
shit.
fucking COVID. Just like, oh,
Here,
it's a virus,
think-
but I'm still gonna go to Walmart.
This is what
like that. Yeah.
This is what it'll be. I'll explain a little farther.
Okay.
Further,
Sorry,
rather.
I'm picking this way too much. I'm sorry.
No. I'll explain the whole.
It always
the whole
goes
thing.
this way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so as you all know, electric and water will eventually run out with nobody working on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So you will have these things, but until, like, let's say,
3
till the
months.
reserves are dry,
Yeah.
you'll have these things.
Okay.
So you'll have power until the power runs out, and you'll have water until the water runs out, and then you gotta do something. So I think personally, I think that I'm really, really, really well fit for the fucking zombie apocalypse.
I think you
I got
are.
nothing.
You're
I
built
got
like a
nothing.
rat.
I'm small. I'm fast as fuck, boy. There's nothing. There's no way that I get grabbed. There's absolutely. I would have to get killed by a person.
Oh, he's a
There is
slippery
no
little devil.
way. I'm too fast.
Noted.
Exactly. I'd have to get killed by Ben. But that's what I'm saying. I don't
backup
have
food.
weapons. I don't have weapons, right? I live in New York City. I don't have weapons. There's way too many fucking people. But that would work in my favor, I think, because there's so many stupid fucking people that would get eaten,
Yep.
right? And turn into slow walking zombies.
Yep.
And I'm like a shut-in. I'm like the only shut-in in New York. I guarantee you that me and my girlfriend are the only two people that are still alive here. At least in my general vicinity,
Okay.
right?
You also
Because-
have water access, like, quickly, too, which is nice.
Absolutely. And I'm an electrician. You think I don't know how to fucking
Hotwire
steal
a boat?
electricity?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I could steal electricity. I have fucking lights on in my house all goddamn time. So it's like, that's
why
what
I
I'm
went you
saying.
along just for that.
Exactly. I'm handy. I'm quick. I could go. I know where everything is. I could run around. I'm like Glenn from The Walking Dead, dude. I just fucking run in, do supply runs, you know? I will make myself. I won't be the toughest. Yeah. I won't be the
brains
toughest,
bashed in.
right? But I will
Right.
be irreplaceable.
People are definitely the bigger threat.
Now, Ben.
People are
give
always
us,
the bigger
well,
threat.
first, Rob, how long do you think
Yes.
you would last? And then Ben, I'll ask you your opinion on yourself, and then I'll throw a wrench in the mix.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'd honestly last until a person killed me. But I don't think a person would kill me because I am an electrician, plus I have I'll be doing like supply runs and stuff.
They would see you as
so I'll
too
probably
valuable.
I think I'm too valuable, but they might take me and like force me to like be on their team,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like work for them. Yeah. But if there were no people involved, if it's like just me and there's no like crews like making their own fucking thing,
Because
like
you know,
Negan
just
type.
gonna
because of
happen,
all the
though.
movies and TV shows that we've seen, there's gonna be people doing Mad Max again, having
We're
their
tribal.
own tribes.
Absolutely. Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
did you watch that show Daybreak on Netflix that was canceled after one season?
Daybreak was so good.
I fucking
so good.
loved it. I thought it
I
was
love
great.
Day-
that one.
It was a bunch of
Bro,
teenagers because all the
Is
adults
it still on
turned
Netflix?
into
Wait a
zombies.
minute.
Yeah.
They might have taken
Is
it
that
off.
where they like
It's on
drop 'em
Netflix,
in the
yeah.
middle or something?
No, Daybreak got okay. So there was an atomic bomb that went off, and it turned all of the
remember that
people.
one.
Yeah, it turned all the people that were like 18 and up or 19 and up, because like adults have this gene, but like the kids don't. So, like fully developed adults, I guess it might have been 25 and up.
Yeah.
And all those people got turned into like mindless like zombies, and all the kids like ruled the world now. So they all had their tribes like from high school, like the jocks and the fucking
like Lord of the
volleyball
Flies, yeah.
team, and the golf team was so fucking funny, dude.
I did like the
Holy
golf team.
shit. The golf
I'd
team.
recommend you watch it, Ben. I'm so
gotta check that
mad.
out.
As soon as I
It's so
started
good.
it, they canceled it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
I'll check that out.
But
Your sword's in my hand, fucker. Fuck knuckle. Get your sword out of my hand, fuck knuckle. Yeah, dude, that show is so fucking funny, and they fucking canceled it, and for no reason. Like you're telling me you're gonna like keep these other garbage shows alive, but shut down
Right.
Daybreak? That was such a good idea. They had Matthew Broderick in it.
yes, they did. Oh, I forgot about that. He was the principal.
Yeah, man. Matthew Broderick was in it.
I have to check that out.
Dude, he's so good in that show too. Oh my god, he has a beard.
Is he around long then?
Yeah, he's around the whole show.
Oh, okay. Because you were saying like people got turned into whatever. And
They
shit like
kind of
that.
explain
Not,
it,
but they miss.
They
a couple.
explain it. They explain it.
Okay, I got you.
But so
There's
yeah,
bomb
like,
shelters and all
like
that.
you're saying though, as long as there's like no cruise, Mad Max or anything, you're still saying.
I think I make it. I don't think I make it to a cure because I think after that, like probably all the doctors and shit will all die. So I don't think there will be a cure. I think I'll live till I'm like too slow and I get caught by a zombie. So what, like
get
50?
caught lacking.
Yeah. I think I'll like be good until I'm 50, and then I'll probably get murdered.
Okay.
Right. You know what I mean?
All right. So Ben, where do you stand on that?
So here's my stance on people when they talk about these situations, right? What do they always think of? Guns, right?
Yep.
I have a few. I have guns, but people don't know how to farm, how to purify water without a filter, how to do medical aid, which I do
Cook.
have to re-sign.
People don't even know how to fucking cook anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm good at all those things.
Yeah.
My first couple of jobs, when I was a wee lad back in middle school, I worked at greenhouses forever.
Yeah.
And
You probably know how to grow
not-
tomatoes and shit.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just
Yeah.
need some tomatoes like a lot of water. They like good sun. You need decent soil. Blah blah blah. Fertilizer, all that shit. Water purification's tricky. There's a guy around here who does survival classes, so I want to see if I can dual enroll because he does field med, like how to operate on a bullet wound or like a gash or a leg or something like heavy duty field med, and then also like purifying water. I know like just boil it, whatever. You could do that, but then you also want to strain some of the shit out of it. So like cheesecloth is super valuable in those kind of situations. So like I know what I need to do stuff. I just can't like build a house. You know what I mean? Like we'll have a decent shelter, but like ideally we find a house in the middle of nowhere, commandeer it, fence it off. You know what I mean?
We're 7 days to
crazy
die in
amounts
it.
of shit. Pretty much, yeah.
I could build a house. I did carpentry.
I feel like with all of our like constructive brain processes, we should be able to at least build a safe house.
We'd be fine. I think if all of us were in there, we'd be fine. Honestly. But
how
if
long could
we're
I last
solo,
on my own?
Yeah, on your own.
So for people listening, I do have sleep apnea. So when I sleep, so I feel like I would die in my sleep at some point because I'm snoring
Make too much
loud.
noise. Yeah.
I think something would get me. I don't know how quick. Depends where I set up. Could just be luck of the draw.
I never
If
even
we
thought
still
of
have
that.
power, I have a machine where I don't have sleep apnea then, but I'd have to keep that fucker on me at all times. If I lose that, who knows? But if it's zombie shit, I'm probably going to lose like 100 pounds and not even notice. You know what I mean?
Easily.
So maybe it goes away. Maybe it goes away. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of like Rob, I could make it until we get Mad Maxed. You know what I mean? But then there's the part of me like, would I just like preemptively Mad Max people that I thought were gonna Mad Max me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
Would
gonna have
you
my
be
sleep
the
apnea
crew
mask.
leader?
Yeah, I'd have my sleep apnea mask, like looking over at people as I'm like bashing their heads with a bat, like you are mediocre. You know, like beat the shit out of it. Would I do? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would I be like crazy? I
it's
feel like
kind
I
of
wanna
like
help people, but like. I think I'm helping people, but then it's like, oh yeah, I'm also like massacring people that haven't done me any more wrong because I think they're going to do me wrong. Yeah, you know
that's
what I
the
mean? Or
whole
people I
thing, dude.
know.
I trust no one, and I would never help fucking anybody. So I would let somebody get eaten so I could go into the Walmart for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't give
Like
a
throw
fuck.
a guy,
Dude,
like, hey, here you go.
I'd be running by, and there would be a guy like, oh, quick, there's like 2 of them behind me. I'd be like, huh, and just push the
It's
fucking
not
guy
about
and then
how
run.
fast you can run. It's about how fast you can outrun your other people.
See, I got
dude,
like
I'd
2
be-
shots left, right? And there's a horde coming for us. Like I'll be like, come on, buddy, we got to get up and run. Like I just shoot him in the kneecaps twice and run. You know?
Of course, it depends on if
See
it's
ya.
like a close friend or if it's someone you just met, like in that
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, it would totally depend.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
you.
that's the whole thing. I don't trust anyone to do right by me, so I don't expect to be trusted to do right by someone else. So,
At that
like,
point
yeah,
in
I'm a
time,
nice
like,
person, but I'm not going to kill myself to
Once
to
I'm
help
set
you.
up and established, I will help out. But until I get to that point, it's like
every man for
hey, you're
himself.
either with me.
the bigger
or
the
I'm
bigger
gonna bury
dog
it.
wins.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're either with me or I'm gonna bury you under the crops. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna make sure you don't
Fertilize the soil.
Yeah, right.
brother.
We're gonna We're gonna take your head off. And make sure you ain't getting.
soil.
We're gonna take your head off. Make sure you ain't getting up, and I'm gonna bury you right next to your head. You're gonna
Eric, what
fertilize
was your
my tomatoes?
Eric, what was your monkey wrench?
Yeah, you wanted to throw something.
You
in
said you were
mine
going to throw
Oh.
something in there.
So I guess I could change my answer now because of the whole, like you explained a little bit more to what it is. I feel like I'd kind of be like in the same boat as both of you guys. I feel like if factions started wherever we are, it doesn't look good. Like we don't know. You don't know because you don't know what it's going to be like.
I always said I would form the Appalachian Alliance. Right? It's going to be all of, if not most of PA, and then like upstate New York. And we're just going to be like a barrier. You know what I mean? Like you can't get to the Northeast unless you go through us.
So you
Jersey
are the
is
wall.
going to get wiped. You're just gone. You're going to be storage yards and
I could believe it.
Naval access. That's it. Just
Look,
gone.
because
you're flat.
Funny
and you have
that
good
you brought that
farmland.
up, though.
You're
Funny
literally
that you
going
brought
to be
that up.
feeding everybody.
Most of Jersey, like especially around my area in North Central, whatever Jersey, they're all turning into warehouses. It's all Amazon warehouses, all the big companies and everything. So as soon
could've
as
told
like
you that.
everything
And
shuts
farms.
down, people are taking those over and saying, "This is my city. Back off." So like, yeah, I get that.
Bet.
So
You know?
the way that I see it, I'd probably be in the same boat as like Rob or you, Ben. Like it just depends on the situation. I feel like I'd be
Head to the
okay
middle
for a
of the
while.
country.
Yeah, like get away from civilization. So that's my monkey wrench. Depending on where you are when it starts, where do you think you would be? Would you still be in Staten Island? Would you still be in PA where you are? Or like would I still be
Probably.
in Jersey where I'm at?
Right.
And
Probably.
where would you go first?
Going middle of the country like Wyoming.
Good call.
I
Okay.
can't,
I wanna go
'cause
to
I don't want to
Alaska.
go to the mount.
That makes sense.
You wouldn't have good irrigation. That'd be bitch. You have to find a greenhouse and all kinds of shit. Water
Yeah,
would
but
be
how
plentiful.
the fuck are you going to get to Alaska anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hopefully
you gotta go through
by the
Canada.
time a zombie apocalypse happened, I might be moved out there. I just want to move out there in general. That's just me. But
Yeah.
so
I don't know.
agree with
I'd probably still be in New York, but like I said, like I'm in a city, so it's like
It's like where you don't wanna be.
Staten Island is only connected by bridges. It's literally an island.
You know they
So
bomb
if I
those bridges.
They would close
If
off
I
the
could
bridges and
find-
say, if you're in Staten Island, you're stuck.
Good luck.
You're quarantined, exactly.
Prison
so what
Island, yeah.
what I would try to do, there's a marina close to me. I try to steal a boat, right? And I'll just go to Ellis Island. And then anybody that
tiny.
comes over there, I just kill them.
How deep's the water in that bay?
Deep.
Yeah. Okay. I always wondered. I was like,
Yeah, it's because so we have multiple islands on New York or in New York. One is Staten Island, one is Governor's Island. You got Manhattan is a fucking island, so it's like Manhattan is going to be the first thing that gets blown the fuck up,
Absolutely.
probably.
right? I don't think they'll nuke it, but it will be blown the fuck up.
Yeah, it was
right?
like a Moab. You're just a
Yeah.
crater.
So if I'm close to that, I'm dead,
Yeah.
100%.
And it doesn't even matter, like, if you're far away, though, still, like, the fallout can go... Like,
Yeah,
it would
it could go
affect
far.
me. I would
Depends
still
on
be
the wind,
fucked
yeah.
down here.
Absolutely, yeah. So like, I have a basement. Maybe I run in my basement, wait for all the bombs and shit to go off and everything like that. They're not gonna bomb Staten Island. They'd bomb Manhattan.
Yeah.
Right.
You're too
I
small.
am an hour and 20-minute drive from Manhattan, so it's like, I'm kind of okay. So when the bombs go off, Manhattan's gone. Right. Guaranteed that bomb blows the fucking bridges up. So now everybody on Staten Island's trapped.
Yep.
Is anyone in Staten Island even infected?
Maybe not.
You don't
Maybe
know.
not.
That's actually a good point. Depends on where the infection starts.
Exactly. But a lot of people travel from Staten Island to the city for work, so it's very possible that they would get infected. Staten Island would be a literal quarantine zone of just infected, right? So I would probably have to hide in my basement for a little while, and then I'd probably just stock up on supplies and live out of my house for a little bit. And
Not a
then
bad idea.
I would say that would probably be your best bet at the start,
Yeah.
at least.
And then I'll take all of the supplies that I got, drive them out to the boat, somehow get my car on the boat maybe, because everybody has yachts and shit out here. So I just get the boat, drive the boat out to Ellis Island because you can't live there, and
Live there.
take it over. Yeah. And nobody will know I'm there. And if anybody comes over, I will literally murder them.
Like, there's enough weird parts of PA where I could just, like, disappear into the mountains. Like, you really could. Like, there's a lot of PA where it's just, like, that Appalachian divide. Mm-hmm. And then it's just, okay, figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably people living up there that have been dodging the IRS since, like, they were born, you know?
I'm thinking, okay, so zombies, right? You know that they don't feel pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if they go up to the mountains, right, and they start freezing.
Freeze. Yeah, I've wondered that.
Yeah, so that's
right?
why I kind of like
Now,
the colder areas. But again,
will it eventually get to their brain?
And then they
Could
just
it-
shut down. Yeah.
Brain
Could
freeze.
it? Yeah, but could it like literally brain freeze them and just kill them? Because if that's the
It would
idea,
impair cognitive function, right?
yeah, but that's the whole thing. It would impair cognitive functions, but would the cold actually? Can the cold kill you not from dropping your body temp, but from actually destroying your brain? Because if the cold could freeze your brain and actually shut it down, that would kill the zombie.
In theory, right? Because, like,
it would make
what,
them more
hypothermia is
fragile
like
if you think about it.
Yeah, hypothermia
they
is
would
like
just
the
break.
extremities. Yeah, the extremities, like, if you're under front, you basically just, like, cold rot,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? Like, if you do get frostbite on the digits, like, eventually they're just going to fall off.
yeah.
So, like, in theory, right? Like, if the cold permeates up, like, it shoots through your body, it kills us as living things because it makes you not live, right?
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
we
So what
need
if
to
you're
have a
already dead?
specific
'Cause, like,
temperature?
Like, they don't have a heart, lungs, they just, fucking walk around, must feed, right?
Yeah, but I wonder if it'll
starts
just
getting
go
into the
up.
cold. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think you're right because they're not warm. They're dead. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's no blood. There's no
And
nothing.
also, when you think about it, like when they find dead bodies, like up on a mountain or something, locked out in the cold, Antarctica, stuff
preserved,
like
yeah.
that, the body just it freezes. It literally
You're an ice
freezes.
cube.
So it's gonna get to that point because there's no heat in their body. So it could just. Well,
Cold
actually,
should
hold
shut
on,
them
hold on.
down full
We
stop.
don't know if the body has heat because we don't know. We've never actually had a zombie apocalypse.
this
so
is true.
Yeah.
anything that we've been talking about, it could be fucking thrown out the window. All of a sudden, we have zombies that are talking. They could be hidden among us. We don't know. Oh God, among us. I'm sorry, but
Sus.
yeah, a little sus there, everybody.
That zombie's a little sus, man.
Look
Look a little cute
sussy
over
on
there.
him.
Fuck.
Little
But-
sussy.
That's the whole thing. We don't know. But like certain games and movies, they've shown like all the characters are like, we need to go to the coldest area. Last of Us 2, I think it started in a like they're in a frozen area. It was also winter. But then the Resident Evil movies, up to like a certain point, they're like, we need to go to Antarctica or we need to go to Alaska because it's cold and then the zombies will freeze up there. And like that's kind of how I picture it in my
That's what
mind.
I thought
where
too. Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know because
It'd be
Yo,
a slow
wait.
trek across the U.S. for
Have
that,
you
that's
guys
for sure.
seen To the Lake?
No.
that
I
sounds
don't
It is a-
watch
familiar.
anything. You know that.
It's
Yeah, you don't.
It's so good. It's a Russian show. First season's just come out. It's on Amazon Prime for free. Please watch it.
Is it called To
it's-
the Lake?
To the Lake. It is an infection, right? Now, we don't know if there's zombies or not. I watched the whole show, and I still don't think there's zombies.
Okay.
But it's an infection that comes out in Russia, and the people are they start like bleeding profusely, like out of their eyes and nose and shit. And then they just like lock up and die, right? But there's other people who are affected a different way, where they're like they become like cannibals and shit.
Are they
Right,
still
but-
cognitive?
What do you mean, like they speak and shit? Yeah.
Okay, so they still have functioning brains.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But they're crazed. You know what I mean? And it's really, really, really good. It's a really cool like new take on like a show, and I really loved it. Like the actors are all really good. You see boobies, so it's like
Hey, it's Netflix.
I
You
had
gotta put as much.
it's
in
it's
there.
like hot. It's a
Amazon,
hot
sorry.
Russian chick. Like, but the
Comrade.
whole point. Comrade. Whole point isn't about the boobies, right? The show is just good, and they're all trying to get to, because Russia's basically completely frozen.
Yep.
They are trying to get to this frozen over lake that this guy used to go to as a kid with his dad, and they have like a house set up there on the lake. It's like an old broken ship.
Oh.
And they're trying to get to it because like they made a house out of it, like it's livable.
Cool.
So they're on their way there because how are the zombies going to come get them? They just get on the
Can't swim,
on the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's a frozen fucking wasteland. Like there's nothing out there. And the whole point of the show is just getting to this lake, and like getting there is so hard because the government, and then there's the corrupt people in the government, and then there's other governments coming over, and you know, Chinese and this and that. It's just so good, so fucking good, and I
See,
really
that
liked
sounds
it.
more accurate to what I would expect to happen.
To
I
the
can
lake.
see that. Yeah.
The hardest
the lake.
part for us getting anywhere would be other people or like government thing, like, oh, stay in your homes. It's like, fuck you, I'm gonna die if I stay there. Soon.
Yeah. Well, it's like
I'm
they're
out.
like corrupt. They're like corrupt soldiers, basically.
Yeah,
Like people are
there'd
like
be a
coming
lot of
in
that.
and like they're just like stealing shit from people's houses and stuff like that.
Would even be just like a people thing. Like you give them a couple, you know, high-powered weapons. They think, oh, I have the power of God, and then they get their shit
Yeah.
rocked.
Yeah.
And then
I
but
have the power of God.
yeah, like the guy on the lawnmower with the 45.
Yeah.
Hey, I've seen Dead
No,
Alive.
'cause,
He
like-
used a lawnmower in a whole hallway filled
Yeah, he
with
did.
zombies.
I remember
Bro.
Thank you.
I saw that when I
Someone
was
seen it.
young.
Oh
I
my
I saw
God.
that when I
Fucking
was
movie.
young, and I was like, "This is awesome! What
And
the
to
heck?"
think
Like,
that
it's not
man
good.
went on to make the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like what I thought too is like everyone's like, "Oh, I got guns and plates and all this," and it's like, cool. Here's me knowing how to make myself food and water. So when you die, I'm gonna take all that. You know, what I
That's
mean?
not a
Like
knife.
I know how to
This is
use
a
all that
knife.
shit too. Yeah, right. Like I gotta mess with your plates so they fit real nice.
I got
you
my
know,
axe.
But don't get me wrong. Having some plates would be nice. Having plenty of ammo is great. Because in my mind, if you have ammo and your neighbor has groceries, you have groceries. You know what I mean? But like, that's kind of how shit. That's what I said to Amanda at the beginning of COVID. I was like, "Hey, shit gets weird. If our neighbors have toilet paper and I have my guns, we have toilet paper."
Sounds
She's like,
Russia.
she's like,
Yo.
"Oh my god!" I'm
Soviet
like,
Union.
"They're
That's,
probably hoarding it anyway. Fuck them."
That's something else that just made me think of something just really quick off topic.
Okay.
28 Days Later, the main actor. You remember him?
Yeah. Played Scarecrow.
He's the main actor out of nowhere. He's the main actor in Quiet Place 2.
Wait, what? They put him in
Wait.
there?
He's the main actor.
Is he?
Quiet Place.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Jim, whatever the fuck.
He plays Jim.
On The
Oh,
Office.
the first one. Okay, I thought you were talking about the second one.
He was in the first one.
No, Jim from The Office is in the first one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But Jim from 28 Days Later, that was his name, right, Jim?
So the guy who played Scarecrow in Batman Begins, that guy. That's the one you're talking about.
Oh no
Let me
shit.
look him
okay.
up.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's
didn't see
also in
Batman.
Peaky Blinders. That guy.
Never watched that.
I didn't watch it either. I heard it's good though.
I don't watch that. Like I'm rewatching Baki for like the third time because I'm waiting on the fourth season. You know what I mean? I fucking love Baki. It's so over the top and violent and bloody. Like,
Yes.
whatever.
Cillian Murphy.
Yes.
Okay. No shit.
He's the main actor in Quiet Place 2.
Cool.
I
need
did
to
see.
watch
I
that.
did see Quiet Place.
He looks great.
I kind of liked the first one.
The first
Absolutely.
one
I'm not
was
big
good.
on the because it was more like suspense
Yeah.
and like
That's the
not
horror that I
horror,
like.
right.
it's
not
it's
like
a
jump
it's
scare.
a
I hate-
psychological horror.
I hate The Conjuring. Like
All
I
right.
saw that, and it's literally just loud noise.
I like The Conjuring.
Okay.
I like The
Or wait,
Conjuring.
maybe,
I liked
maybe
the
I'm
Conjuring
thinking of
3
different-
was dope.
Conjuring.
Well, wait. So there was Conjuring, and then there was like another one, right?
Insidious.
Like, yes, that
Insidious
one.
sucked.
Insidious was bullshit because it was just loud violins,
And
like
that's
whatever
what the
something
whole horror
scary
movie
happened.
thing. That could be a whole
I
episode
was
on
like,
itself.
fuck,
We'll
like,
talk about like
so
horror movies
the-
and everything. But so
Oh, you jumped!
Insidious.
Big guy jumped. I was like, if you screamed in my ear when I was dead fucking asleep, I would jump and punch you in the fucking face. But
Yeah,
you would
no, well
scare me.
that's the whole
Like,
thing. Like
cheap.
noisy jump scares.
It's
don't.
cheap.
I don't appreciate that as much as I appreciate something being eerie. You know what I mean? Like I loved watching 28 Days Later because 28 Days Later the whole time you're like looking
it
around.
safe?
Doing, yeah, right.
Yeah, you're like, oh fuck, I wouldn't go in there, and then there's just like nothing there. But
Yeah.
I'm still like, okay, where is it? Like,
So,
you know what I mean? Like,
there's a video
like
that I
there's in the
saw
rafters.
on YouTube. It's this one guy, very soft-spoken, and he explains the whole difference of why jump scares don't really work. And he took one of the movies that was remade from, I believe, Korea, remade into, like, American, because that's what we do is, hey, that movie came out last year and people liked it. We're going to remake it because people are scared of subtitles. But anyway.
is it the movie Alone?
No. So this movie's called Pulse. Did you ever watch Pulse, the remake?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard the name.
It's kind of like a weird, like ghosts are like starting to come out from like electrical currents and something like that. So like if you're around power, the ghosts will come. It's weird, but
Right.
So he goes into it and he explains a scene from the whatever the original movie. There's no music. It's literally a guy walking down into a very dark cellar because he saw the thing was marked off with red tape. And that's the thing where it's like, mark your rooms off with red tape or don't go in those places. And you don't know that when you're watching the movie. But so he goes in there, and the scene that happens, you can see it in the background. You just see a shape of someone. There's no jump scare. There's no loud violins or anything. He turns
it's
around,
just like,
sees her walking from the shadow, and it's that scene for a good 15 seconds of her just walking out. And, like, for some reason, she does a very unnatural kind of like a fall, but then comes back up. There's still no music. And then you think there's going to be a jump scare. Nope. He jumps behind a couch, and she kind of just comes over the top, and then the scene ends. And it's like,
fuck that.
that's good. That's fucking terrifying. It's not just,
Yeah.
hey. So,
Yeah.
that
I
stuff's
hate-
that's why I hate those
Like every
fucking
horror
games, too. It's just
Yep.
jump
Yeah.
scares the whole time.
Because they know we all have these on. You know what I mean? So they're
Yeah.
like,
Especially
what if we
nowadays.
just shout in their ears really loud? You know
Dude.
what I mean?
Scariest
Like,
game of all
course.
time. You mean jump scares
Loud.
the whole time.
Loud. It's loud.
There was a
Yes.
game. There was a game I played that almost had no jump scares. There were like two. I forget what it was called. It might have been Hell's Basement or something like that. It almost had. Or
Was it the one you were playing and it's like in your Twitch reel, like when you go away or whatever? And then
Yeah.
It's like
Was the one with the
spider
candle?
bitch or whatever.
not the one with the candle. I don't.
Was
think
the
so.
one
But
with the spider bitch like crawling on the wall or some shit?
That
like
one was
that? I didn't see
creepy,
it.
but I don't think. No, that wasn't the movie. But that one was super creepy too. There weren't a lot
Mm-hmm.
of jump scares in that either. It was scary. But this one that I played had no jump scares. So I was like, I'm playing it and I'm chilling,
You're
and
waiting, yeah.
shit would happen, and you'd hear like because you have surround sound in your headphones, you'd hear like, hey, and you'd just be like I would turn my head in real fucking life, like you'd hear knocking and shit like that. Like you'd just be like in this constant state of
And
like, whoa.
as long as it's not like they're trying to
that's
ear
good.
pierce it, that's
Yeah.
good. That's like ambiance, however you pronounce it.
Fucking
And that's what you want. You want
Phasmophobia.
suspense. I'll give it to them. Phasmophobia,
That sound design is good.
amazing for a small fucking team for a game
Yeah.
that was what,
Yeah.
$15?
Yeah,
And they're
dude.
still updating it. They're still putting
'Cause
shit
I'll
in
be
there.
playing with
that
Lauren.
game does more than some of the AAA fucking titles I've ever played.
Yeah.
And it's
I'll
different.
be playing with
every
Lauren,
It's
and then I
so
hear
good.
like
It's
Rob
so
do
good.
like the, hey, and I'll be in Gabe chat. I'm like, what? And they're like, no one said anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be like, no one said anything, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? They're like, what do you mean?
No, dude, there's but in
Shit
that game
scares
that
the
I was telling you
fuck
about
outta me.
with like them whispering in your ear and shit like that, there was one jump scare through the whole game, and I literally shit my pants. Like it actually scared me because I was waiting for a jump scare so many times that at this point, every time I would hear something, I'd just be like, "Whew, at least it's not gonna jump out at me," you know? And I turn, it says, like you're getting VHS tapes and plugging them in and or putting them in, and you're like watching little movies and this and that happens and whatever. And this one thing happens where it's completely out of nowhere. It's not even part of like your quest or whatever you have to do. And it basically just tells you like, okay, just put another VHS tape in. Like
I
you've
don't like
been
that.
doing you've been doing this all game. So it's like, no, this is the 7th VHS tape in the same living room that I've walked in 15 times. And you just hear like a growling. And I was like, I've heard this growling like 6 times already. Like nothing comes out, you know? I turn around. Thinking about it's making me so emotional. I turn around and there's like a cupboard that you've been going in and getting shit out of the whole game. And you turn around, and I see like a little shadow on top of the cupboard, and I was like,
oh no.
I was like, what the fuck is that? And a fucking dog, like a zombie dog, just jumps like over your head, like at you, and it goes, like just this loud fucking dude. I literally went. I fucking shot my whole body back. I have a clip of it. I'll show you guys. Okay. I shot my whole body back, and I just slammed my fucking hands down. And I was like, "Fuck!" And I just like my whole body was tensed up, and I think I started crying. If I remember right, I started crying because I was just so relieved that I finally got scared. Like I put my head down, and I was like, "What the fuck was that, man?" Like it was so terrifying.
Oh
like. But that's what I mean, dude. It was like 6 hours of gameplay to get scared once, and it was so good because I was terrified for 6 fucking hours. You know, like you get into this like perpetual like fear, and you're just afraid
yourself.
And that's what I'm talking about. Psychological horrors are more and more so much more terrifying than just like little jump scare fucking movies. Like,
full agree.
There's this what fucking movie was it? Eric might know it.
Probably.
There's a woman in a corner, and you see her, and there's no music, no nothing. It's in a movie, and the guy turns and looks, and he's like, "Hello?" Because like he's looking at her, and she just
talking about.
no fucking screaming, no nothing. She just starts full sprinting at you.
Yes,
and then she just gets right in front of him and disappears. And I was like, ah! Like she didn't make any noise. She didn't do. All you heard was footsteps. She just started fucking running at him, and I literally like went like this,
like wet
in my
feet
fucking
on
bed.
tile, just slap it.
Yeah, and I was like, it was scary, dude.
It was the what? I think I remember it. It was like a guy's in an asylum or some shit. Like
it was something like that. Yeah,
I
don't
remember that where he goes in and looks. And there's a little girl like standing in the corner facing the wall, and she just like you said, like whips around, and her face isn't even like crazy. It's just like you can't really like see her face that well.
Yeah, and then she just runs at him.
Yeah, she's not even like screaming. She just runs at him. Like,
and the thing that I think is more
fast,
scary with some of these
creepily
movies too,
fast.
Yeah.
If they don't show what you're looking at, like you don't see their face, so they don't try and just make something grotesque.
Because it doesn't even humanize it.
Cover the face. Do exactly what like cosmic horror is. Cosmic horror is best
Fear
in
the
a
unknown,
book.
baby.
You're not gonna see it in a movie and be like, oh, okay, that's what it is. That's in a movie. That's how you write. It's like, oh, that's okay. I guess that's what it looks like. When you're reading a book, you don't know. They don't say what it looks like.
You have to. Yeah, it's just a thing.
Lovecraft.
What's the one Lovecraft wrote about like basically like what is it Call of Cthulhu?
Yeah,
where
Cthulhu.
It's basically like him slipping into madness, but it's like I think I got through like 20 pages, and then I was like, I need to put this down for a minute. Like, it's getting weird. You know, I'm just like,
Cthulhu's heavy, dude. That's
this
heavy.
Is like an intense read. I was like,
for anybody who doesn't know, because we hit the hour mark, but for anybody who doesn't know, we'll talk about Cthulhu real quick. Cthulhu is H.P. Lovecraft. It's a Lovecraftian novel.
He's big on
He's got his own fucking writing term, Lovecraftian.
Yeah. He's terrifying. Like, Cthulhu is the world eater. So basically, he's an he's an other dimensional character. Cthulhu lives in the deepest part of the ocean and basically just showed up here from another dimension. And he got crushed by the collapse of, I think, Atlantis or something like that. And he's under the rubble, so he's like slumbering, right? So while he's asleep, he's leaking out like telekinetic fucking, rays.
Influence.
Yeah, like sonar, basically.
People to like, hey, summon me.
Yeah. Right. And but not even so much that, it corrupts the minds of like people with mental disabilities, emotional issues. Like if you're not in your right mind.
If there's a crack, he's going to get in.
Exactly. And he starts whispering to you and telling you these things. And you get, and you start getting crazier and crazier. And that's like, it turns into this fucking crazy thing because eventually when Cthulhu wakes up, he's going to eat this world and go back to another dimension and go eat other worlds because that's what he fucking does, right? But the whole fucking book is just people getting touched by Cthulhu and the writer getting touched by Cthulhu, and he's slowly slipping into this fucking never-ending madness because the more people that he corrupts, the stronger he gets, and then he wakes up. So
And
it's
that's
like
where people like panic, right? Like, oh my god,
it's
like
exactly it's
so
this
they make, like, a cult.
never-ending.
Yeah,
It's this impending doom. That's what's so scary about the
It's
book.
inevitable.
Because you know
Yeah.
from the first like 10 pages that it's coming, and you just don't know when it's coming.
it
I
just
might
keeps
actually
coming
have to
though.
give that a chance. So I actually never
It's
really
heavy.
It's so good.
understood like the origin of Cthulhu. I know what he is. It's like a deity, a god, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just always know it because the way that modern media and maybe like older media portrays him is like a squid kind of like face.
No,
like,
Yeah.
you can't
wings.
comprehend it.
But yeah, that's
Yeah,
the whole
it's-
thing.
it's-
Cosmic horror.
That's the scary
you don't know
thing.
what
Yeah.
the fuck it looks like because
You can't
describe
comprehend
it.
You can look right at it, and if you do, you lose your mind. Like
Yeah.
that's what happens.
you
Like
can't
your
That's
brain
what it is.
cannot
comprehend it.
physically process what it's seeing. Yeah,
That's why Cosmic
Which
Horror
I
is
was like,
terrifying. And these movies are never,
Alien.
ever gonna make it exactly what they want it to be. It's never gonna
No.
be that because once you have to sit and think, all right, well, what do I want this thing to look like? That's it. It's not gonna work. Like,
if I
don't get me
directed
wrong.
a horror movie, I would make it look different every time it's on screen to fuck
Yeah.
with people.
There's
and
been
then
some
it's
movies
like,
that have done that. I don't
my
know if
God.
I've seen them. Like, I'll give it, like, for perfect example, I think the movie's fantastic. Oh my God, not Wes Craven. The Thing. John Carpenter's
Yeah.
The Thing.
Yeah,
that's kind of up
Every
that
time
alley.
it comes on screen, it's different. You don't
Yeah.
know who it is. And, like, it does a
It's a dog
very
at
good
one
job
point.
at it. But again, it's the same thing as, oh, we have to really try and think of what we want this thing to look like on camera. And it's like, fuck. And there's
That's a
been
hard one.
some movies that have not
Yeah.
shown what's coming after them. Unfortunately, for people watching movies, it kind of gets disappointing because they're like, oh, they didn't show it. And, like, that's the whole thing if it's cosmic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's like a ghost or something, they can get away with it because it's like, oh, were they really seeing something or are they just kind of like hallucinating? Like, you don't know. Just like with all the people that are like, oh, I think my house is haunted. No, you might just have a gas leak.
Dude, there's one more Lovecraftian deity that I really, really, really like. This one's cool. It's called Azathoth, or Azathoth.
That sounds familiar.
Is that the one with the
Azathoth?
mouth that's like the maw?
No, he's the dreamer god, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, all of existence only exists
because he's
it's
asleep. This guy,
because he's
yeah.
asleep.
Yeah.
So all of existence only exists because he's asleep and his dreams become reality, right?
Really?
So we're all living in Azathoth's dream. Now he dreams up these like maidens that surround him and play like a beautiful song to keep him asleep forever in his dream, right? So he stays asleep because he dreamed up these things, or dreamt up these things rather. Now, everything that has ever existed only exists because he wills it to exist in his brain. Now, when he wakes up, all of existence will cease to exist, including Cthulhu, including all the other gods. He is the elder god. They also call him the blind idiot god, or the nuclear chaos is what they
Okay.
call him. So basically, if he ever basically they say like if these maidens stop playing their song, the world will end. But another thing that he alludes to is, will the maidens ever stop playing their song, because he's the one that's dreaming it. So if he wants to wake up, he'll just stop the song and wake himself up, and everything that's ever existed will cease to exist.
just
I think that is so fucking cool. Like, this guy's brain, Lovecraft's brain, was like so good for horror. Like, these ideas are so cool.
Did you? This is a rough one to end the podcast on, but for those listening, and you're very familiar with Lovecraft, there's a meme that a lot of people throw out there to get a reaction, and you might have seen it online, you might have seen it in some video games. Some people like to name themselves H.P. Lovecraft's cat.
Oh, no.
Now, do you guys already know?
Yeah. I was
His,
waiting
his
for this.
cat-
I'm not lying. I've been waiting the whole time for someone to be like,
I just want to
yeah,
throw it
but
out
his
there.
cat.
His
So
cat is, for those at home, his cat is named
don't.
N-word Man.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It is.
That's as much as I can get away with. But I
Yeah.
remember I was probably 15 or 14 first time I saw it. So what do? I'm like, H.P. Lovecraft's cat. I'm like, that's weird. I write it down on my little pen and notepad where I keep notes when I was working on schoolwork or playing a video game and I need to remember my passcode because I play custom games in Warcraft 3. Frozen Throne. Best shit ever. But anyway, so what do? I jump right on Yahoo Answers and say,
Oh, God.
what is the name of H.P. Lovecraft's cat? And I went, oh, no. That's, wow. Like,
Yeah.
that's- whoa.
Yeah.
It's a lot to unpack.
I remember hearing about the cat as well. And I was like, when I first heard about the cat, I went, no way.
Yeah, right? I was like,
No
no
way.
lie.
Nah.
So I just kept reading up on it, and it was true.
And
So
yeah,
I
there it is.
just kind of chalked it up to H.P. Lovecraft has a great mind for cosmic horror, but he's a little unhinged.
He has
Just a
his
little
vices.
unhinged.
Here's
Yeah.
Like the rest of us. You know?
Like all of us. Yeah.
Like
little
John
extra.
Everyman, that H.P. Lovecraft, I'll tell you.
Yeah. What a guy.
What a guy.
I think that's
What
a
a
good spot
guy.
to end on.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should stop there.
Yeah, so don't name your cat that.
Please don't.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Have a good night.
Please
And
do
again,
not so.
Oh crap! Sorry. Sorry about the whole week off thing. I had my surgery. I'm better now, and we can continue. So,
Yeah.
all right,
yeah.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Adios.
Suck a fuck.
Eat a butt.